The pandemic has taught us a lot about ourselves. That it has taught us a lot about our mental health, how we understand mental health, the importance of mental wellness and mental health awareness, and even more so, like the stigma that surrounds mental health.
The last year has been very challenging for everyone. It's been a very difficult one. It's been one that's eye-opening. Mental health and conversations about mental health has been brought to light. I feel like the fact that we've had to stay alone, most of us have had to be alone. We can't see our family. It's made us think, and it's made all the issues we have come to light.
Hello everyone, welcome to Project Get Naked 2021.
This year's edition of Project Get Naked is different from the previous edition.
Typically, we do the photo campaign where we have celebrities, influencers, famous faces, and people who are, notable in their fields to come and speak about mental health.
Previous editions, we asked people to produce artwork that illustrates and communicates mental health. And we would generally just do photo shoots.
But this year we're doing something very different. We're speaking to a lot of people to talk about their mental health, to talk about how they've persevered, to talk to mental health professionals about the issues of mental health in Nigeria and Africa as a whole.
Hi, my name is Adaora Mbelu and I'm a purpose driver and brand consultant.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is John Ogah and I am a singer, songwriter and entertainer.
Hi, my name is Jeff Bankz.
My name is Demi. I'm a singer, songwriter, and producer, an actress and model.
My name is Bamidele. I'm a legal practitioner, brand influencer, and a media strategist.
My name is Onos Ovueraye, and I'm part of Project Get Naked 2021.
My name is Abojei. I'm a clinical psychologist and a psychotherapist.
My name is Kiki Mordi. I'm a journalist, I'm a filmmaker, and I'm a writer.
My name is Anita Aiyudu-Adesiyan. I am the country manager for MTV Sugar Nigeria.
My name is Awolowo, aka Sukre Papito. I'm a brand influencer, entrepreneur, and let's say I'm a hustler.
My name is Gbonjubola, Abiri. I'm a consultant psychiatrist and a mental health advocate.
My name is Ogah. I'm known as Link Kid. I'm an illustrator.
Hey guys, my name is Tega, Salubi. I'm a model, actor, and content creator in general.
My name is Ibrahim Salawu. I'm a digital media strategist and a filmmaker.
My name is Chikezie. I'm a writer, a producer, and a filmmaker.
My name is Taiwo Adeyemi. I'm an actor.
My name is Chuks Joseph. I am an actor, I'm a model, I'm also a social worker.
Hi, my name is Anita. Jini, I'm an artist.
So they said I should say my name. What is my name? Denrele, don't actually. Just kidding. Indian name Rajiv Raja, Oriki Akombi.
This year's digital campaign is talking about no shame. The theme for this year's show is no shame. And we chose no shame because we want to eradicate and eliminate the stigma that surrounds mental health, the shame that people feel when it comes to seeking help for their mental health. We want to eliminate this shame. We want to eliminate this fear. We want people to seek help without shame. So that is why our theme for 2021 is no shame, true warriors.
Mental health to me is a very important, sensitive topic because to me, your mental health can either make or mar you. It can determine the course of your life. And it is basically the foundation to your well-being.
Being mentally healthy means to be someone who is in the right mind, someone who can function normally, someone who can decipher between what is good for them and what's not good for them.
As a mental health professional who has also had a struggle with mental health related issues, I come to see that mental health is very important. And I think that one way to illustrate this is to look at the WHO's definition of mental health, which simply says that it is a state of well-being in which the individual is able to actualize their potential, is able to manage normal stresses of life, is also able to be productive and fruitful, and then contribute meaningfully to their environment or their community. When you look at this definition, you see that mental health actually cuts across every aspect of our lives. Your ability to be the best that you can be, your ability to do your work productively, your ability to contribute to your community, your society, your church, your religious circles, whatever it is a function of your mental health. And this begins to help us understand why it's important. There's virtually nothing you can do without a sound mental health.
Mental health is very important to me because it is something that we should be speaking about and not be stigmatizing people for.
Mental health simply means health to me. It's as important as every other kind of physical health.
Mental health is a very important thing that we need to not ignore or act as if it's not of importance, because that is what defines or will let people know how you really are. I mean, if I'm not mentally stable, I can't walk into a room where there are people. If I'm not mentally stable, I'll suck at my job. I will not be able to present people properly or market the brands I need to market properly. I will just be, in and out of moods. I can never say what I could do.
Mental health to me is basically keeping your sanity and being aware of your mind.
Mental health means everything to me, because when you talk about mental health, nothing works if your mental health is not in check. Your physical health is a reflection of your mental health.
Mental health for me is the state of the mind, the wellness and the state of the mind, the total wellness of the mind.
Mental health for me means peace of mind.
Our mental health actually affects how we relate to people, how we handle stress, how we live our life generally.
Mental health to me literally means a whole lot, but one thing I would say is mental health is as important as your physical health.
Mental health is wealth. I like to describe it as that. It's a combination of many positive things about us. It's about our thoughts, our emotions, feelings, perception, and behavior. And like we often say on my own side of life, there's no health without mental health.
Mental health is everything. It is how we think, it is how we feel, it is how we act. A lot of people like to think about mental health as the absence of mental illnesses or mental disorders, but I think that it's an overall state of well-being, right? How we cope in our day-to-day lives, regardless of the circumstances that we're going through, regardless of our environment, regardless of our lack of control of various variables.
Some of you may not know, but I personally have experienced, mild form of depression. And it comes and goes often. And sometimes it's crippling to the point where I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel passionate about anything. I just feel numb. And that numbness sometimes just makes me feel like anything it is that I want to do in life, I just feel so demotivated, and I just feel that, what's the point? It's been hard, it's been difficult, and in a lot of ways, as a creative person, it has affected, the way I do things personally for my music and for my songwriting as well.
Well, I've been diagnosed to have bipolar disorder, and it's a very unique disease where you can still work, definitely. You can still get a lot of things done, but it has its hiccups where you have, a few, let's call them episodes, where your mental health isn't actually completely stable, and you may need support of loved ones and friends and family.
A mental health disorder or challenge that I've experienced in the past would be depression.
I live with bipolar affective disorder, and I also have severe anxiety, and it's not been easy dealing with both because I have to deal with my day-to-day life of having to go out or watch the news and see things that are happening around. And these things actually affect me. My triggers are like my day-to-day activities, and I have to learn to live with them. I had to learn to adapt and be able to function as a normal person, which is very challenging because when you have bipolar, you have so many issues that you're dealing with. There's depression, there's your weight going up and down because of the meds you're on, and there's so much more other things that you have to deal with once you're in that phase of life.
I remember a while back, I think depression was kind of like an issue because I'm the kind of person who is a go-getter. I like to do things, I like to be out there, whether creating one form of content or the other, creating value for people to see and people to benefit from. So I plan a lot, I have a lot of plans, a lot of moves, a lot of strategies. But a couple of times these things don't always go as planned, as we all know. And once that happens, like it just kills my vibe, kills my ginger, and I just, go into my shell and not talk to anyone about it, just be there like wallowing, and depression continued to creep in, and it wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for my mental health because sometimes I won't feel like eating, I won't feel like doing anything, I won't be motivated to do stuff.
My mental health disorders have been depression and severe anxiety. It affects every part of your life. It affects your work life, your relationships, and your personal interactions with just about everybody. I have been able to, in the last 1 year, taking time out for myself in the sense that I spent a lot of time with myself because of lockdown. I enjoyed my own company, I understood my triggers and the things I need to be around. I've been successful in using these methods and means to, just to feel better, and it's worked for me.
The mental health condition that I live with is bipolar disorder, and I found out when I was about 18, I guess. It's been an interesting journey because it's taught me a lot about myself, and I have had to persevere through my mental health. I have had low moments, I've had good moments, I've had beautiful moments.
I get to this moment where I feel like I'm different, I'm not different from everybody. Whereby I have this low self-esteem about myself. I feel like I can't make it, I can't be anybody. I feel like I'm just a waste. Like I feel like I shouldn't even be alive. Like I get to that stage whereby I just want to just kill myself.
So one time I was facing depression and it affected my music, it affected my work. I had to reach out to a couple of friends, and after a time I had a very low self-esteem, and I had to join the community, LPM, and join some campaign, reach out to some professionals that helped me with my self-esteem and my depression.
Several times I've thought about killing myself. I've thought about different ways of killing myself. I actually was about to go commit suicide one day. I was almost getting to my car to start the car. I had plans, I already planned on my head, and all I guess was just to stand up, get the key. I was already driving to Townland Bridge, and my friend just called me luckily and just said, "Gbenga, how far are you?" I told him, I said yes, and he just sent me the tape, go and watch a film. And I smiled, and I started crying, and he was like, "Why?" And I told him, I said, "You don't know what you just done, like I tell you what I was just about to go and do, you won't believe it." And I told him, and he was like, he said it was at work, he had to excuse himself for work, and he said this thing just kept biting him, that send this guy money for him to go and watch a film, because I was having a medical issue then, and there was no solution. At that point there seems no solution. I kept going from different hospitals, and they were like, come back in 3 weeks time, come back in 3 weeks time. That's when my depression came to life, because I was just on one spot. I could not walk, I could not do anything. All I was doing was just wake up, eat, sleep. Everybody go to work, come back. How are you? How was the day and everything? And social media. The next thing I'm going on Instagram, I'm seeing everybody walking. I'm seeing people posting new stuff. I'm seeing people doing this and that. And when the people call me, I'm like, I can't come out. And they got to a stage, nobody reached out to me again. Like, okay, I have to shit for it, because they all knew I was sick. I was not feeling well. and it wasn't easy for me because all I did already was just to stand up, go to the hospital, come back home, stand up, go to the hospital, come back home, and I did that for about 6 months of my life, and you know what that means.
It has made me pay attention to my emotions, my mental health, what I feel, how I emote and express myself, how I communicate, and a general outlook on my society and environment as a whole. So I do take my mental health very seriously, and I am on medication for bipolar disorder. I've been on medication for a while, and yeah, I'm living my best life.
Mental health, ha! That's like $1 million question rolled into one. See, I see myself as some sort of Mr. Fix-It. You know, I'm some sort of rescuer. I'm always out there to constantly rescue, and in the process, I kind of forget myself. So let's just say I'm some sort of superhero, but then again, superheroes need to be saved. So when the superheroes are saving the entire planet and whatnot, who will save the superheroes themselves? Who will solve Mr. Fix-It's problems?
We need to also understand that there's also a strong link between your mental health and other aspects of your health, your physical health, your social health, you know, which could include financial, spiritual, and so on. And so, if we must be the best that we can be, if we must be able to actualize our potential, then we also need to be able to prioritize our mental health and pay attention to it as well.
The funny thing about it is, people come to me when they're depressed. I counsel them, I have them get through it. I have people that constantly, once they're in that mood, they come to me, they message me. And the funny thing about it, it's so funny whereby me myself, it's not easy. Like when I get in that mood, it takes a while for me to get myself out of depression, but I think I'm getting better.
So me personally, I have someone called a care coordinator who takes care of, you know, emergencies. Someone who is on the clock for checking in on my mental health. So that's how I've been able to handle it, as well as having my beautiful wife and family have their call in sometimes, you know, to speak to me and check how I'm doing. And sometimes when stress gets to a really high level, that's when I'm really prone to having an episode.
I try to reach out to people that I can talk to when I'm feeling down. I try to do therapy. I haven't been doing therapy as much as I wish I could, but you know, the little I can do helps me. And also talking to family also helps because my family understands what I'm going through, and they try to help me when I'm feeling down, when I can't reach out to my therapist or those that are around me that I know that can help me out. But so far, I've been persevering and I think I'm doing okay.
There's something my mom and my sister always tell me. They're like, look, if you don't talk to someone about what you're going through, what you're experiencing, you might probably not get a solution, that particular solution you're looking for. And they always refer to the saying, that popular saying that a problem shared is a problem half solved.
I sit alone and relax and think about a lot of things that I can do tomorrow and how I can come about the solution and everything. Most of the time, I listen to music, reach out to my friends. Sometimes I go out, party, and talk to people that are very close and listen to them and see what they have and what's affecting them and how I can learn from them and face my own fears and overcome my own challenges.
And I think I'm content with the mental headspace that I've found myself in. I'm usually confronted with people's problems so much. I'm always trying to fix, solve, you know, evaluate, assimilate, digest, try and just find the solution to every lasting problem. But then guess what? I have realized and I've come to the point and conclusion that there is really no one that I can run to with my problems. So where does that leave me? Is my mental health depreciating? Is it You know, it's quite a very tough, fragile, delicate subject matter.
I think for me, the way I've been able to persevere is getting the help that I need, taking medications, going to therapy, and talking to people that I trust, and sharing my lived experiences with people that I trust to be able to navigate my mental health. But mostly, what has helped me to persevere is the hope of the things that I want to do in life, and having that hope that I can be whatever I want and I can achieve whatever I want to. So, and I've not been able to achieve these things yet. They're still a larger part of my vision and goals and dreams. So, and they keep me going.
I think I have mirrored my mind in such a way that I am who I am what I am, I know what I embody, my voice is important, my life matters, my story is crucial. I am myself, I love myself, I value myself, and the world still needs me. So, best deal with it the best way that I can. But before you start thinking that, hey, this man is shouldering all the responsibilities of the world, underneath all of that shouldering, I can always identify fountains and drains, because I say to people, it's either you're a fountain or a drain. I know drains when they are coming, but then the Mother Teresa in me will let the drains come in and drain what they want to drain and go. And then guess what? I still go back to being the source of blessing that I am to everybody else. So, mental health, very key.
More recently, it's been about how I want to feel, how I'd rather feel, and I normally would do things that would make me feel differently from, the norm, from feeling depressed or feeling any kind of anxiety. So I would watch things that would remind me of a good time. I would listen to music that remind me of a favorite pastime. I would reminisce on the times things were better, and that usually gets me out of a funky mood.
I think that I want to encourage everyone who's experiencing this to know that, if you're going through this, there are ways in which you can cope. Like for me, for example, I'm so glad that I've been able to afford therapy. I know not everybody can afford therapy, but if you have someone that you can talk to, that's very important. Try as much as possible not to shut people out of your life, when you're going through these things. Talk to anyone you can talk to. And if you can't talk to someone, just have people around you, family. Let them be around you. Let them bring you happiness. It's hard sometimes, but just having them be around, it's really, really comforting. And also having friends who can keep you entertained, friends who can keep you, on your feet, who can encourage you, who can make you laugh, even if it's just going to the movie, sitting down and watching, one of these awesome movie or whatever it is that floats your boat with ice cream or whatever it is, that's how I have coped.
I usually have profound, insightful conversations with people about their mental health, but I don't think there's really anyone to have that conversation with me. I think they're just scared of what they might find out or how they would start and how they would even conclude. So let me just be in this beautiful comfort zone, this head space, this mind space of me, myself, and I, and how I can best deal with everything that is going on in my head.
I think that we need to first of all accept that we all have mental health challenges. It just occurs in varying degrees, and some people have a better support system or a coping mechanism that is better than others. However, I think that most people experience mental health issues. It's not abnormal. It is part of our human experience, and we need to get help when we realize that it's interfering with our ability to operate in our best capacity. I mean, at the slightest sound, we take our cars to the mechanic, right? When you get a fever or a cough, you get tested to make sure that you get the appropriate medication and care. And that same idea applies to our mental health, right? Once you feel a threat to your wellness, reach out to someone who is a safe space to help you navigate it.
Mental health in Nigeria has a long way to go. A lot of people think mental health is having a naked man on the road, walking around, cursing at people. That is a poor mental health situation, but that is not the only situation where mental health is involved. Just like how you have physical health, everyone has mental health that needs to be taken care of just as much as your fitness or eating healthy. And I think Nigeria has a long way to go, but thanks to projects like Project Get Naked, the mental health initiative, a lot of people are finding out more ways to take care of themselves and not have those mental health episodes turn into a disorder or an ailment. 1 in 10 people have someone that they know that's going through something difficult. And those difficult times tend to be when mental health is most prone to an attack.
My thoughts on the stigma and the way people with mental health illnesses are treated in Nigeria is very, I get angry when I speak about it, to be honest, because I feel like Nigeria is one of those places where, because of the living standards and the economy and just day-to-day lives, there's so many people living with mental health illnesses, and the fact that they don't feel comfortable enough in their immediate environment to even speak out. It's terrible, and it's very unfortunate, because the fact that they are not able to come out and speak out and come out and ask for help makes it even worse, makes the situation worse, because they are already dealing with mental health illnesses, and couple that with not being able to ask for help, or ask for help in a way that you're not judged or bullied or persecuted or looked at as part of the subculture. It's terrible.
My thoughts on the fact that mental illnesses in Nigeria is still stigmatized is that it's silly that that's still happening in 2021, because we are in a time when mental illnesses have become more known and popular to people. People are beginning to come out more to talk about their problems, their issues. They're beginning to accept their faults, and they're beginning to understand that mental health issues are not things that you should run away from or term people as crazy for. So the stigmatization of it should actually end. That's why we're doing stuff like this, to be able to talk to people, to let them know that there's nothing wrong with you coming out and saying, oh, I have depression, or I have anxiety, or I have ADHD, or whatever it is you're going through. It's good that you face it so that you can know how to start healing and start learning your triggers, and also let people understand you can live with people that have mental health illnesses. It doesn't mean that they have to be pushed aside or stigmatized.
We want to use this initiative to let people know that it's okay to have a shrink, have a psychologist, have someone who speaks to you about your challenges in life. And it's also very important that you take advantage of having support in your life, whether it's from loved ones, family, friends, even if it's a mental health professional. You should take advantage of those things. In Nigeria, there's a long way to go. More and more health initiatives are being created. I know one called Mani, where they take care of people with mental health disorders. So make sure you take care of your mental health and don't let the system get you bogged down. Forget about the stigma about what's going on in the country. It's just a lack of education, and we can use these opportunities to educate people better on what is really mental health.
Unfortunately, when we look at the society that we live in, we realize that many have not come to normalize the conversation about getting help or even mental health. Maybe some of the reasons why could be because of the stigma attached to mental health related issues. And I always say that a lot of times stigma is a function of lack of knowledge. people don't really know much about mental health. And so because they have little knowledge, they are either afraid and they try to avoid that conversation.
The stigma of mental health in Nigeria is very, will I say severe, because it has led to the shame, the fear that a lot of young people feel, even people who need mental health help regardless of their age. It has contributed to the shame and fear that they feel and that we all feel to seek help, to talk to other people about what we're going through without being labeled crazy, weird, or being ostracized from our loved ones, our community, or being treated differently. Many people, once they hear that you're living with a mental health condition, they start to look at you funny. And growing up in a society that you're taught to literally be careful of the kind of family you marry into. They tell you from when you're young, don't get married to people that they are mad in their family. And when you hear these things, they stick with you. So the lack of education is what is making the stigma severe. But if we can educate more people, like what LPM is doing, going into communities and training the youth of the community to better understand mental health and spread the message to their immediate community, to their loved ones and friends and people who may need it. The education is very important, and that is what is going to help eradicate the stigma of mental health and the shame.
I feel like in Nigeria there is a need for education. We need to educate ourselves on this. We need to be able to educate our leaders on this, because sometimes when our leaders can speak to the truth about what is happening with the people, then it can help the people get the help that they need. We need programs in place also to help those who are going through depression. In the Western world, for example, there are AA meetings where you can go and sit down with people who are experiencing the same thing as you and express yourself. There are therapists. And in Nigeria, there are amazing professionals who have studied these things as well. And so we need to give them an opportunity to flex their muscle and also do what they know how to do best, which is treat people who are experiencing mental health issues.
In Nigeria currently, I feel there's a lot of stigma around like mental health disorders or diseases. Yes, there's like a lot of stigma, and I feel that it's basically because of lack of awareness, lack of being informed. They don't know what these mental health challenges or disorders are all about. So that's like the main and major issue and cause for this stigma.
Most people don't believe there's something called depression, because I've had people say to me, when I say I'm depressed, they say to me, what are you depressed about? Should you have work you're doing? Should you have money? Should you have this? And you have family, you have friends, and I'm like, you guys don't understand.
Most people, we have this issue where we just don't worry about what goes on in there. We're all about how do I look physically, how do I feel physically. I'm having malaria, I'm feeling physically sick. And we don't realize that most of the problems we have as a people is the fact that our mental health issues, we have underlying issues we don't check. And that trickles down to our normal life. Some of us have traumas we've not addressed. Some of us have issues we just have to deal with in order to move forward with our lives. We do so many things, we take so many actions without even knowing why we do so, because we've not taken time out to just sit down and think about how our mental processes are being carried out.
One of the things that I think that we can do as a society to normalize the conversation about getting help is to educate people, help them understand what mental health really is, help them understand the importance of mental health. Typically, the African culture lacks the vocabulary to express mental health related issues. And so we want to be able to help people, give people the opportunity to express themselves without feeling judged. And so if we can create a society that is void, again, or that has limited judgment, and this society doesn't have to be the whole, at once. It doesn't have to be the whole continent or the whole country at once. We could start by creating hubs, little communities where people can come in without feeling judged, People can come in because they understand that they can trust the members of this society or this community. I think that's one way to begin to encourage people to talk about mental health issues. I think the other thing is we could also begin to fund mental health related projects and campaigns as well.
A message of hope to people who are struggling with their mental health or feeling afraid or feeling depressed or feeling overwhelmed or feeling anxious is take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. You know, this life isn't easy. We were never promised to have an easy life, but if you take it one day at a time, it can get better and better and better. There is always, 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 always hope of a better day.
Go out there and get the help that you need, the help that you deserve.
If you're someone going through a mental health disorder right now and you're ashamed to seek help, the first thing I'll say to you is don't be. Mental health is just like getting hungry. It's a chemical thing. After a while, the hormones and the enzymes in your body, they might be hitting the wrong cylinders. So that's all that's really happening. It's just like a situation of when you get food poisoning and your body rejects the food you've eaten. That's how mental health is. It's your body's way of rejecting stress and other anomalies in your chemical balance. So you shouldn't take it as something that's the end all be all. You should take it as something that is your body's way of telling you that you need to make some changes in your lifestyle. And once you can make those changes in your lifestyle, you'll be a lot better. And sometimes those changes may involve you taking medication, and it may involve you creating routines and habits so that you may stay healthy for longer and don't get any more attacks or ailments from your mental health condition. Be safe out there and make sure you have support.
If you're going through any type of mental health difficulties and you're afraid or you're ashamed to seek help, here's my message to you. Don't be. Do not be scared. Do not be afraid of this, because there are so many people who are living with the same situation that you are, and they can help you, maneuver it. They can help you go through it. They can help you understand your triggers. They can help you, sail through and make your life just as livable as every normal day. So why don't you come out, talk to somebody? That's why we're doing stuff like this, so that you can reach out, talk to someone, seek help. Make sure you do seek help. It's important that you actually seek help. If you need therapy, go for therapy. If you believe in prayers or whatever it is, go for it, but believe that you're going to get better, because it's just a situation, it's not your destiny.
If you're living with or going through any kind of mental health illness, I would just advise you to keep your head up. It's nothing you can race through. You have to do the work. You have to understand your triggers. You have to not feel ashamed to ask for help. Speak to your parents, speak to your friends, anybody that's open and willing to listen to you, and any way you feel you can get help, you should take the opportunity and get the help you need, because you speaking and you going out and going the distance to get the help you need is your first step to feeling better and being well.
I just want to encourage you. I want to say that if you're experiencing mental health challenges, be encouraged. Know that you're not alone. We are here for you. And know that, you're amazing. Know that your story is important. I know that your vision is important. And, also, if you need to speak to someone, please reach out. There are helplines and there are hotlines, and I'm sure that you would find them in this video as well. So speak to someone, speak to your family, speak to your mother, speak to your parents. If you can't speak to them, speak to your friends as well. Never keep anything to yourself. When you share your problems, you're on a journey to solving your problems.
My message of hope to those who are dealing with their mental health is this: there is help and healing is possible. I always say, for the past year I've been saying healing is possible, and a lot of people would look at it like, oh, bipolar disorder doesn't have a cure, this doesn't have a cure, but so what do you mean healing is possible? what I'm trying to say is, if you seek the help you need, you can live your best life. You can achieve anything you want. You can be whoever you want to be. You can, hell, if you want to be Oprah, you can be Oprah. Believe in yourself. Get the help that you need so that you can live your best life, so that you can live your day-to-day life, so that you can function in society and be useful for yourself and for your community as well. So it's very important, and when you do that, you come out as a warrior. You'll be the true warrior that you are, because you've been able to persevere with your mental health, and you're doing what you need and what you deserve for your mental health.
Today, I want to talk to you if you're going through a mental health issue. I want you to know that you are not alone. Media and culture has a way of enforcing perfection as the standard of living and just existing on this earth, but you, my friend, are not alone, okay? You might have it tougher coping and dealing, right? But even that is not your fault. So please express you with all your layers. We love that you're happy, but we can also work with your hurts and with your pain and with your sadness. That is what makes up your human experience. The important thing is to not stay there. The important thing is to put in effort every day to unlock your joy, to unlock your peace. It is in that process of trying that you eventually find the light. So please keep trying. No one can help you if you're not willing. So please keep trying.
Being a part of the campaign to help people understand their mental health or how to handle these things, I must say I'm proud of, because I'm more or less a patient of a sad side of the mental health, and I got myself back. And these are the testimonials that people need to hear or know, that in order for them to know that they can get out of it and become better people. Mental health is something that we can all contribute to, would I say, helping, building, and sometimes we do not know when we take upon, so we need to be careful of our actions, words around people, because just a word might either make them or break them.
It feels so good being a part of a campaign that basically supports mental health. I feel like we don't pay much attention to mental health in this part of the country, and a whole lot more can be done, because people are actually losing their shit, let me use that word, on the low. So great work to the Project Get Naked team for doing this.
Being a part of a mental health project, I think it makes me feel helpful. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. I actually am passionate about mental health in general. I try to talk about it. I try to support causes that are working towards helping people with mental health issues, bringing more awareness to it. So being part of the project and what it does to me is it makes me feel like I am contributing. I'm not just talking. I'm not just thinking of doing stuff, but I'm actually putting in work and helping out the little way I can for now.
I feel very, very humbled and honored to be a part of the mental health advocacy program. And I just want to thank Sheifumi for the opportunity to lend my voice to the mental health awareness cause.
I like this project particularly because it lets people who feel like they're alone in this find some form of hope and see the light at the end of the tunnel and know that they can be encouraged by this because they are not alone. And as soon as the congregation is formed, then one another can be encouraged.
I feel really empowered to be a part of this project. Being part of a mental health project is something that I find to be an extremely laudable cause, something that I am extremely passionate about and would give my time, my energy, and all my resources. I think it's extremely, inspiring that you can find people, despite the fact that they may not be specialists in that field, wanting to give up their time and their energies to ensure that the message gets out there. And of course, that message is that mental health is health, and that everyone at every point in time should remain in health.
Thank you for watching our live show. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We hope you've learned from other people's experiences. We hope the messages have spoken something to you. The messages have touched your heart. The messages have triggered something in you. We want you to help us to contribute to your quota into destigmatizing mental health, into demystifying mental health, eradicating the fear, the shame, the stigma that surrounds mental health so that other people can seek help. And we also want you to educate your immediate community, your household, your friends, and people in your interpersonal relationship about mental health in order to further the message of mental health awareness and mental health wellness in our community. Thank you for being a part of our live show.